Hello, today we're going to go through how to add an absence reason on Lightning. So if you go to the top right, click a little cog there, drop down and then go to Setup. This will open a menu pane to the left. Okay, you can choose the object manager here, but for training purposes we're going to type it in the search box here. Okay, we'll have a few options here, but we're going to choose the object manager from the list. Okay, now we have to go down to our absence object and then go to filters and relationships. Okay, we have to scroll down now to the reason or reason. Then we scroll down to values to add our new reason. Okay, we're going to add our reason in here. This is going to be a doctor's appointment. Okay, and then we're going to choose whether to put it as vacation or absence, but in this case it's going to be an absence. And we click Save. Okay, now we go to our record types because we created the reason. We have to make sure it's available in the drop-down menu. So click on absence. And now go down to reason and to the left, click edit. Now it's on here on the right already, but if it wasn't, it'll be on the left. All you do is highlight it, click the add arrow, and then click save. Okay, now we have to go to the absence accrual pattern to add this as a new rule. So just type it in the Beazle box. Then we select it from the drop down. Okay, now you've got a choice here of absence or holidays. This is going to be under absence, so we're going to use the absence option here. Okay, now we click on new for a new accrual rule. Okay, so we've got the absence and the reason. It's going to be exactly the same name, spelling, spacing, everything as what we did on the object. Or that it's going to be exactly the same spelling. Okay, the base date, bearing in mind the reset date is going to be, for instance, the 1st of January. So in this case, the base date is going to be the 1st of the 1st, 1901. Now don't worry, this is just a base date, not a reset date. Okay, it's not going to be paid, so we're not going to tick this box here. For training purposes though, we're going to put in 1st of January, just as a reset date. It's not accrued because it's a doctor's appointment, it's not a paid absence. You can choose to, if you wanted to, accrue it via day, week, by month, whichever you wanted to really. Okay, start part period is going to be full and the end part period is going to be full. Okay, scroll down to carryover. There's going to be no leave to carry over, so we're just going to zero this. And accrued during paid absence or unpaid absence, that's entirely up to you. We're going to leave this as full. Okay, but if you look further down now, this is the rounding mode here. So say you choose whether the figures round up or round down. It's entirely up to you. You can either half up, half down, whichever you want to on there. You've got the adjust rate for FTE here. This comes in handy for part-time people. Say for instance, they're on 0.60, so a few days a week. The rule here would work out, if it was a paid holiday, how much leave they're entitled to. And there are other options on here also, adjust limits for FTE, base for FTE and carryover and whatnot. The display options, these are the ones you see on WX, so you can control how you see different leave options. And then you have your alert messages here, say like if this is a certain type of leave, you can send an alert to say, about this type of leave, it's unpaid or something like that. Okay, so now we've done that. Now we go back into our absence accrual rule by clicking on the left there, and then we go to our seniority. It's always good practice to always have a seniority, no matter if the rule does accrue or not. If it doesn't accrue and it hasn't got a seniority, it may cause a problem. So we just do a drop-down menu there and click New. Okay, there's going to be no rate base here, or no rate, so we'll leave this as 0. Okay, there's no maximum accrual or carryover because there'll be nothing to carry over. And then your alerts are here, for instance, if this type of leave is used. For instance, if they have so many occurrences, you can send them a message after how many occurrences, say for instance 2 or 3, or you can block them. Say if they have more, 3 or 4, you can put a block on there as well. And the evidence obviously is for like sick notes and whatnot. Now we click save there. Now we'll find that's now been created, and now if you go into WX now or onto HCM, that type of leave will now be available.